Hey, how's it going guys? Captain Kuba here, and today I'm gonna be talking about something I'm sure you've never considered. Ares' followers. At first this doesn't seem like a big deal, but if you think about it, every god has his fans out there who are capable of doing great things. Zeus has Theseus, who forsook his life as an adventurer to guard this door. He did this in the hopes of getting some admiration from the god he adores so much.
I doubt you're capable of killing me, let alone the king of Olympus.
Kratos on the other hand has this nameless Spartan, who after realizing Sparta was completely destroyed, decided to travel to the Sisters of Fate temple in order to bring Sparta back to life.
I have faith that our brothers of Sparta will live on through the true God of War.
Now, even though the games never mention Ares' followers, they are still talked about in the original God of War comic books released by DC back in 2010. The story of these comics takes place right after Kratos becomes the new God of War. So the chronological timeline would be God of War Ascension, Chains of Olympus, God of War 1, these comics, followed by Ghost of Sparta, God of War 2, 3, and 4. So what we'd read about in these comics is Kratos' first mission as the new God of War for the Greek pantheon. And surprise surprise, the story revolves around Ares' loyal followers. In the story we are told that Ares' followers are looking for the ambrosia of Asclepius, otherwise known as the nectar of the gods. Asclepius was the god of medicine in Greek mythology, and his ambrosia was able to cure anyone who drank from it. This would include bringing someone back to life, which is why Ares' followers were looking for it. So Kratos' first mission as the new God of War was to stop Ares' followers from resurrecting his old rival. He did this by getting to the ambrosia first and destroying it for good. Lastly, the comic ends by saying Kratos would have to be on the lookout for Ares' followers, as they would want to take vengeance for getting in the way of resurrecting their god. And this is something the future games in the series didn't do a good job of representing. The idea of Ares' followers chasing Kratos through the Greek world sounds amazing. Sadly, Ghost of Sparta was the only game in the series that featured one of these followers. Remember the guy who released all kinds of mythological monsters to Kratos when he was going through the prisons in Sparta? Well, all throughout that section, he kept telling Kratos he was an imposter god of war and he would only serve Ares. With that said, Kratos took care of him real quick. Now, he was most likely thrown in prison after Sparta decided to take down Ares' statues and start worshipping Kratos as the new god of war. Which makes me wonder if there's still some Ares' followers out there still trying to bring him back to life. We know that his body is being kept frozen on Mount Olympus, they just need to find a way to bring him back to life. A few weeks ago I uploaded a video talking about a secret chamber on Olympus that contained the soul of Ares.
Many have asked how I killed an immortal. How can a god itself be destroyed? For your reward, I invite you to gaze upon this, the true fate of Ares. The soul of Ares itself, the soul of war, the soul of hate. See how it writhes in pain. See how it struggles to be free, and yet here it stays, unable to breach the walls of this room.
So if there's any of Ares' followers watching this video, all you have to do is search Mount Olympus for this secret chamber and bring his soul a couple of rooms over where his body's being kept. And there you go, you got yourself the original God of War back to life. This most likely won't happen since the cult of Ares was pretty much over by the start of God of War 2, and whoever stayed alive was most likely killed during Poseidon's flooding of Greece. But I still can't deny that it would be cool to fight Ares once again. And perhaps there's still a little bit of hope with the ending of God of War 3. We know that after Kratos killed himself, the power of hope within him went to the mortals. What they decided to do with it remains to be seen. A while back I proposed the idea that they more likely became secular and relied more on science instead of gods and magic. But it's also possible for a few of Ares' followers who remained alive to use their power of hope to bring their god back to life. This is very unlikely, but is still a possibility in my opinion. Wouldn't it be shocking to go back to Greece and see Ares sitting on the throne of Olympus? Alright, this God of War fan can only dream. But anyway, what do you guys think about Ares' followers? Do you think they're still out there trying to bring him back to life? Or do you think they're all dead? Whatever your thoughts are, make sure to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll try to reply as soon as I can. As always, I want to thank all of my awesome members for their monthly contributions to the channel. People like Sean Glyden, Bowser Jr., and Alex Lupo, to name a few, really go above and beyond to support my channel. I would also like to thank all of my subscribers for liking and sharing my videos. This channel would be nothing without you guys. And with that said, thanks for watching, and remember, go forth in the name of Olympus.